Hello, welcome back. Felix here tonight on Stormcloud. I took a visit behind our house earlier. Walked a couple miles. Not good. A devastation back there. I did record a video, but I accidentally recorded somebody's business, where some of the devastation is, and I didn't really want to do that, so I'm going to re-record it. But it is devastated back there. It is honestly horrific. There is thousands and thousands of branches and pieces of tree which have just been shredded from the trees because we potentially had we've had some really violent weather systems through since from Kian, Debbie, Ellen, Fergus, Gary. No, Gary. What was G? Garen? No, what that? Can't remember what G was. Garrick. Hank, Isha, Jocelyn. I haven't been back there, but there's thousands and thousands across a mile path of just branches down. So many trees, at least 100 trees under 1 mile, big or small. Behind here, there's a group of dead ones. All 20 dead trees are down. There's so many branches down. There's the erosion from the industrial estate's flooding, which they just dump onto the public footpath, which has just destroyed it. The cement's been washed away. The high watermark I can see, because it was recent and we had some very heavy rain, 10 centimetres deep, over 3.5 metres wide, and it's coming from one industrial estate. It's ridiculous. There's also this a large tree has come down over 150 feet tall, right down the bottom of one of the businesses, but they've chopped the entire tree line down. They are healthy. It was just that one tree had a small bit of rot in the inside, and they chopped the entire lot down. There is no fungus growing on the outside or anything like that. There was a tiny bit of ivy on the one that came down. I don't know why they chopped the whole lot down, but they did. I'm guessing one did come down because the snap was a lot different to the other way, but I can't find a snap trunk, so I'm not sure if they cut it or something. But they've cleared a good acre of bushes. They've shredded them all, and they've just stacked up their logs on private land. So they've just destroyed an acre of woodland on somebody else's property to put trees from their property, and they've cut down the entire tree line, and that's for like 5 houses. All of them have chopped down nearly every single tree. Some of them have been a bit damaged, but not all of them. Like 90% of them were not damaged, and all the way along, people are just dumping stuff, and then you've got all the storm damaged bits hanging out of trees. You've got so many trees down. People have actually come out with chainsaws and chopped up fallen trees. That's how bad it is. Usually they don't care, but there's just so much debris back there. You couldn't see the floor for a good 100 metres. It was literally just sticks, branches, pieces of bush, and possibly some trimmings, but to be fair, it probably isn't the trimmings because they've actually usually tidied the trimmings up and dump it on our property, which they've done. There's just loads and loads of branches down. The erosion back there is insane. The number of trees down, the number of branches down, the area, there was just literally looking from the public footpath. Actually, there's probably more than 100 trees down. There's probably more than 100 trees down along a mile, big or small. It's just insane. There's probably like 125 if I have to, say an average. Significantly damaged. 125 again, 200 trees, significantly damaged. Like, the top of the tree's fallen off, it just leaves the trunk. That sort of damage. You've got, erosion. Literally a 2-foot trench going through somebody's driveway. You've got, trenches going along access roads 2 feet deep because of the industrial estate. We've got, it is devastated back there, like beyond devastated along that path. There is actually more visible pathway now than there is not, so that means There used to be about 90 to 95% of it used to be covered by trees or bushes. That must be about half now. So much has come down. I know it's not all people, but a lot of it is people just chopping it all down and dumping it in the woods, which is just not right. Yes, it breaks down, but they're healthy trees. I mean, I guess they can do what they want, but it's just I don't know how they got permission to chop the rest of those down, because they were over 150 feet tall. They were landmark trees of the area. They've been here probably for a couple hundred years. Maybe not, maybe yes. They've survived a hell of a lot of stuff. Their base is over 2 meters in diameter. Which is sad, but I'm gonna have to go. And we did have a bit of an overnight storm, which brought down a few decent sized twigs or branches. I mean, this one is one of the bigger ones. The rest did get thrown over on our property still. Where that piles are growing from other people. Yes. Psst. Gotta come. I do appreciate that, people need to chop up stuff that's fallen on the path from our property, because there is quite a bit of that. But there's also stuff from not our property. There's stuff from the private landowner's property, our next door neighbour's property, which has all been dumped on ours because we've got a little flat spot because the ferns have died for the year or been blown over. And now those ferns won't grow again. And this is what I don't like about, people. Like, it's their own property, they can chop their own trees down, but, next door did it because the tree was rotten. That's nice, It's a safety hazard. They didn't chop the whole thing down because there's woodpeckers living in it. That's nice. I understand, they could have just topped the tree, but it's not my property. I'm not going to get into a rant about it. It's just sad to see. That's the one bad thing about storms. I like, the strength of them, but I do not like the damage, and I guess I kind of have to pick one or the other. But again, it is a cycle of the area. The area is dying, but like I said, down there, so many trees which were recently planted by the private company. That's even worse. By the private company, they planted all of those bushes, millions of pounds, bushes, trees, destroyed. Not all of them, obviously, an acre, but by somebody who should not have destroyed them. Now, I do see them quite a bit when I go back down there, so I might ask. But I've got two suspicions. Either they just chopped them all down, or one did come down and they chopped the rest down. But either way, they shouldn't have cleared the other bit of land. We've been talking about that, and the private landowner doesn't want any of it destroyed, because they have a legal obligation to keep that green. So they're not allowed to have it destroyed. So, I'm going to go in now. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and see you next time. Goodbye.